What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm GoBarSouth23, and here are 5 reasons you should be skeptical about NHL 19. Before we get into the countdown, I'd like to mention that this video is brought to you by Bud Light, the only beer that fuels my week-long drinking benders at the end of club hockey season. No, they didn't actually sponsor me. I'm not cool enough for that. Head on over to budlight.com and use promo code GoBarSouth for 0% off your first order. Coming in at number 5, we have Ice Tilt. Ah, yes, my favorite term to use on this channel. Did you really think I would make a video about an NHL game with EA in the same sentence and not use the term Ice Tilt? Are you kidding me? I had to do it. Let's just get this one out of the way before you get your britches in a bunch, alright? Don't freak out. You know, all you big content creators shy away from this word sometimes. Alright, but let me break it down for you. Nobody is claiming that there is an actual scripted mechanism in the game that says this team is going to win, we're not going to let this team win. Alright, nobody is claiming that. Nobody has ever claimed that this game specifically chooses one team to win the game. However, to say there is not some sort of balancing mechanic to help one team have a better chance of winning is absolutely absurd. Alright? We've had games where we actually outshot our opponent 28-4 in a threes game. 3-on-3. Alright? 28 shots in a 3-on-3 game. High quality shots, one-timers, breakaways, backdoor passes, walk it out from the corner, go a little forehand, backhand, forehand, whatever. Plenty of quality chances. And we outshot them 28-4. And the time on attack was 28 minutes to 1 minute. And we lost the game 3-2. Alright? To say there is not some sort of balancing mechanic that helped our opponents win that game is absolutely absurd. That is just absolutely ridiculous to make that claim. Now, being how this is a marketing strategy for EA, it's most likely going to be in NHL 19 as well. They will never admit it's in it, but if you go ahead and look up, just Google dynamic difficulty adjustment. It's patented by EA. Basically, it changes the difficulty of the game without the user knowing to keep them more interested and give them a higher challenge or even a lower challenge depending on their skill level. Basically, it's to make it so the lower skilled players don't get bored of the game because they're getting their ass kicked all the time. It wants to keep them interested, so they do things like they go on the hut market, they buy hut packs, they invest their money into EA. And for the higher skilled players, it wants to keep challenging them so they don't get bored of the game because they're just walking all over people all the time. It makes sense from a marketing point of view, but it just puts out a shit product for the consumer. Coming in at number 4, we have puck pickups, or seamless puck pickups, as EA loves to call them. Anyway, seamless puck pickups have been a huge deal, right? Every year they claim puck pickups are going to be a lot better this year. We're going to have these great new animations that makes it easier for the player to skate over the puck in stride and pick it up and keep his speed going, blah, blah, blah. They've said that every year, all right? We have reason to be skeptical this year when they claim, oh yeah, the puck pickups are better than ever. You're going to be able to skate over the puck. You're going to be able to hit a player. This is a huge problem. Hit a player, knock him to the ice. You can't pick up the fucking puck. It just lays there as the player's on the ice, out cold. You can't even pick the puck up off of him, even though he's unconscious. All right? You'll be able to hit a player, pick up the puck, skate up the ice with it, do whatever. All right? They say that every year, but I am hopeful. I am hopeful this year. Everything I've read says it's completely different this year. It feels so much better. I'm hopeful, all right? I'm going to buy the game. I'm going to play the game. I'm skeptical, but I'm hopeful, all right? That's the best way I can put it. I'm skeptical but hopeful. Coming in at number 3, we have the Overpowered AI. Now, there's a few things that will fit into this category. Number 1, it's the trap, all right? If you play the trap on hut, you're a piece of shit. I'm sorry. I said it. I had to get it out. Why are you running the 1-3-1 and controlling the 1 at the back of the 1-3-1? in your trap and letting the 4 AIs in front of you do all the work. That's wrong. You shouldn't be able to do that. You should have to control your player to make a play. All right? It shouldn't be a cakewalk to get around the AI, but it shouldn't be impossible either, you know? There's got to be some sort of happy medium, and they did not find it this year. And honestly, I blame the player base a little bit. Everyone complained, the AI is terrible, the AI is stupid, the AI doesn't know what they're doing. But then again, I blame EA a little bit too, because the AI, when we're talking about the AI being stupid, we're talking about Saros and Kurtz, the computer defenseman in EASHL. We're talking about them, backskating in front of our own net and passing it off of our goalie's pad. That's what we're talking about when we say the AI is stupid. We're not talking about when you control your user, skate at a player, and switch off so the AI can make the play for you. That's not what we meant, all right? That is not what we meant. We did not want that to be a thing. All right, okay, there's some people that wanted that to be a thing. NHL Gaming World Championship. Anyway, but you know what? 99% of the player base did not want that to be a thing. That's a terrible way to play the game. Also, I can't mention Overpowered AI without mentioning the skill zone. If you don't know what the skill zone is, you haven't played NHL in the past 10 years. Basically, the skill zone is where you control one player in your D zone and just sit in front of your own net and let the AI do all the work for you. That's what the skill zone is. That's terrible. That shouldn't be a viable way of winning games, but it is. Coming in at number 2, we have the eSports scene. Now, this one's a little bit of a curveball I'm throwing at you guys here, but the esports scene in NHL is growing. It is growing, and that's a good thing. We saw the NHL Gaming World Championship. That was huge. I mean, it was getting, there's like 25,000 people watching, I think, was like somewhere around there is where it peaked out at. But, I mean, the esports scene is growing, and that's a good thing for the game. It's getting good exposure. But you have to stop and think for a second. Is the wrong game mode getting exposure? I know online versus, it was much, much easier, 1,000 times easier to coordinate an online versus tournament than it would have been to coordinate a sixes tournament. Because then you got to have 6 guys on one team that are available at the same exact time that 6 guys on the other team are available. Whereas a 1v1 tournament, you got one guy available at the same time as another guy. That's 10 times easier. That's so much easier to orchestrate. But you got to wonder if esports is going to take off. Are they going to go the route of online versus? Are they going to go maybe the route of threes? I'd be okay with threes. EASHL threes. It's high scoring depending on the game. Sometimes you get those games where literally everyone just sits in a triangle in front of their net and nobody takes a shot until their opponent makes a mistake or they get a clean, it's going in opportunity. But I'd be okay with threes. It's, there's no AI influence on the game. If we want to see esports take off for this game, it needs to be EASHL. It needs to be 6 versus 6 or 4 versus 4. There needs to be no AI on the ice, all right? There cannot be AI on the ice if we want esports to grow for NHL 19. And I think we're taking a step in the right direction. We just had the TDI threes tournament over the weekend. He did an unreal job putting that on. It was like $200 to the first place winners and $100 in coolhockey.com gift cards to the second place team. It was unreal. It was an unreal experience. We got eliminated in the quarterfinals in a best-of-3 series, but it was super cool to see what the game could be if we push esports in the right direction. And shout out to TDI. You did an unreal job putting on this tournament. And if you are interested in this threes tournament, he's thinking about doing it every weekend, just switching consoles. One weekend do Xbox, next weekend do PS4. He's thinking about doing that. And if that happens, we're going to see some good things for NHL 19. We are definitely going in the right direction. I just hope we keep going in this direction and we veer away from the online versus that we saw in the Gaming World Championship. Coming in at number 1 on the countdown, we have new features. Now you ask yourself, how would that be a bad thing for NHL 19? Well, I'm going to break it down for you how it actually turned out to be one of the leading factors in the downfall of NHL 18. Now, we had all these new things introduced that were good things. They were good things. They were great things to be added to the game, like the defensive skill stick. While it did become overpowered, they nerfed it, tuned it a little bit, whatever. It's still really overpowered. If you're a defenseman in EASHL, you can catch a forward that's got a 10-foot lead on you on a breakaway. When he's at the blue line and you're at the red line, you can catch him before he gets to the net and poke him off the puck from behind. That is an issue in my mind. That is a very big issue, and I think it will be addressed for NHL 19. But new features, we had the defensive skill stick. We had the new expansion mode in franchise, which is fun. It's fun. I can't lie, it's fun. It was a good addition, and we had 3-on-3 EASHL, which was an amazing addition. But these new features, they were focused on so hard that the gameplay kind of took a back seat to them. I mean, for Christ's sake, they don't even have 3-on-3 as an option in EASHL when you go to Club Challenge another club. In the TDI 3s tournament, we had to make Division 10 clubs and coordinate our search times so we can match up against each other in actual online ranked games instead of being able to just challenge each other, club versus club. It made for an absolute gong show in matchmaking. I can't remember who said that. I'll try to find it and shout them out in the description. It was Owe. Owe was definitely one that said it. It was an absolute gong show in the matchmaking. But we saw all these new things get added to NHL 18 that we've never seen before, and it kind of made the gameplay take a back seat. And that was a huge issue, and I mean, at this point, the game is dead. Nobody's playing the game. Last year in July, while the game was slowing down, I mean, I was still having fun. I restarted my Hut team pretty late in the year. I was just grinding Hut. I was out there with that gold expansion Mitch Marner on my first line, flying up the ice in July. I was having a decent time playing it. I mean, if you go back on my channel, I was making Road to Division 1 videos when I restarted my team in freaking June. I was having a fun time. But this year, the only people playing the game at this point are people who are playing it competitively. And they're not really playing it by choice. They're playing it because they play in a league and their owner scheduled them to play at this time, like in LG. I mean, I've got freaking 3 games tonight I have to play in, and those are the only 3 games I'm going to be playing on NHL 18 within the next 24 hours because those are the only games I want to play. Now, new features are not the only thing that led to this game being dead at this point in time, but the gameplay is really subpar, and that's why the game is dead. And the new features did have a lot to do with that. They focused so hard on the new features and implementing those into the game that they didn't really spend a lot of time making sure the gameplay was up to par. And with NHL 19, I'm hoping we don't see the same thing. We've got this new World of Chell coming in that's kind of like NBA 2K My Park, I think it is, something like that, where you can go outside, you can play on the pond. They've got NHL 1s where it's 1v1v1. You got 3 guys basically. I mean, it's fucking Battle Royale. Everybody's got Battle Royale now. Fortnite, PUBG, H1Z1, Black Ops, NHL 19, Battle Royale, 1v1v1. But we've got these new things coming to NHL 19. And you really, really got to hope that these new things are not going to make the gameplay take a back seat again to new features. Now, I've heard good things. I'm hopeful. I've heard the gameplay is really good. All the game changers that played it they say it feels a lot more fluid. If you look at the trailer, you've probably seen the trailer by now. There's a small little 2-second clip of Sidney Crosby behind the net in the ozone in Wayne's office. He stops on a dime and comes out the other end and throws it out front to his teammate. I've been trying to do that in EASHL for so long. I will go behind the net in a Sixes game and try to stop and go out the other way, and my dude does a fucking 360 spinorama in slow motion like a goddamn House League pylon that can't even fucking stick handle. All right, you got Sidney Crosby in the trailer. He stops on a dime, throws on a couple crossovers, and throws out a one-timer pass to fucking Phil the Thrill, who bangs it home. I'm hoping we can do stuff like that on NHL 19, and I'm really hoping that these new features like World of Chell, freaking 1v1v1, NHL 1s, all these new customization things are going to be great additions on top of great gameplay. And from what I've heard, the gameplay is good. Now, with that, I'll leave you with my closing statement. I am skeptical about NHL 19, but I am optimistic about NHL 19, all right? I'm skeptical but hopeful, and that's the best way I can put it. Let me know what you think about NHL 19 in the comments down below, and what you think the game's going to be like. Do you think it's going to be a good game? Do you think it's going to be another year of the same old, same old? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And as always, thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that little subscribe and that like button if you want to see more videos like this one. And if you really want, hit that wee little bell icon to be notified every time I upload. Thanks for watching.
X gon' give it to you. Fuck, wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you. Knock, knock, open up the door, it's real. With the non-stop